The ocean has always been a source of mystery and wonder. For centuries, sailors and explorers have spun tales of terrifying creatures lurking beneath the waves. While many of these stories are now considered myths, some hold a surprising connection to real-life sea creatures. In this exploration of deep-sea creatures of myth, we'll dive into legends like the Kraken, the Leviathan, and the Luska, uncovering their origins and how they might be inspired by the true monsters of the deep. The Kraken is the ultimate sea monster, a giant squid that apparently woke up one morning and decided it hated boats. According to Scandinavian lore, the Kraken could sink ships by wrapping its massive tentacles around them or by creating whirlpools as it submerged. Modern science offers an intriguing twist. The giant squid, Architeuthis dux, which is less boat-smashing terror and more shy recluse of the deep. These elusive creatures can grow up to 43 feet long and were only officially photographed in 2004. Early sailors must have seen their remains washed ashore and thought, oh, great, the ocean has tentacled nightmares too. The whirlpools? Possibly underwater volcanic activity or strong ocean currents. Or maybe the Kraken just liked a dramatic entrance. And then we have the Leviathan, the fiery, chaotic sea serpent from biblical times, basically the original ocean boss level. It was described as an indomitable creature that symbolized destruction, probably giving ancient mariners something else to panic about besides scurvy. Scholars believe this legend may have been inspired by massive marine animals like whales or crocodiles, but honestly, it's just as plausible they saw a really long eel and overreacted. Oarfish, those eerily ribbon-like creatures that can grow up to 36 feet, probably didn't help either. Imagine spotting one undulating near the surface, instant sea monster material. Throw in a volcanic eruption or two, and you've got yourself an aquatic apocalypse story. Over in the Bahamas, the locals cooked up the Luska, a half-shark, half-octopus hybrid that sounds like it escaped from a B-horror movie. Living in underwater caves and blue holes, this monstrosity was said to drag swimmers and boats to their doom. While there's no hard evidence for the Luska, it does resemble some real-life creepy crawlers of the deep. Take the colossal squid, Mesonicoteuthis hamiltoni, for instance. This squid has hooks on its tentacles and resides in the darkest depths of the ocean, basically an underwater nightmare in waiting. And those blue holes? They're already terrifying on their own, with strong currents and poor visibility. Add a little imagination, and suddenly, every shadow in the water looks like a Luska coming to get you. But even without mythical monsters, the real creatures of the deep could headline their own horror franchise. Take the anglerfish, for example. With its bioluminescent lure and a face only a mother could love, if its mother wasn't also terrifying, it's like the ocean's version of a haunted flashlight. Or the goblin shark, a living fossil, with an extendable jaw that makes it look like it's auditioning for Alien. Then there's the fangtooth fish, whose teeth are so absurdly large that you'd think evolution was playing a prank. Let's not forget the giant isopod, basically a roly-poly on steroids that scavenges the ocean floor like it's cleaning up after a party no one wanted to attend. The ocean covers more than 70% of our planet, and yet over 80% of it remains unexplored. No wonder ancient sailors turned their imaginations up to 11. Picture this. You're out at sea, it's dark, you hear strange noises, and the water's so deep it might as well lead to another dimension. What do? Obviously, you come up with a story about a monster. It's like humans have always needed a dramatic explanation for things they don't understand. No sonar? No problem. Just blame it on the Kraken. These legends weren't just spooky campfire tales, though. They were cautionary. Don't sail too far out or near those weird coastlines, or a giant squid might ruin your day. The Kraken could represent dangerous whirlpools, while the Leviathan might symbolize nature's sheer, unstoppable power. Even if the monsters weren't real, the ocean's dangers certainly were, and still are. Just try explaining rogue waves or sudden storms to a 15th century sailor without sounding like you're describing magic. Fast forward to today, and we're still obsessed with the ocean's mysteries. Advanced technology like remotely operated vehicles and deep diving submersibles have given us a glimpse into the abyss, but for every discovery, we find 10 more questions. New species pop up that look so bizarre you'd swear they were auditioning for a role in the next Pacific Rim movie. Who knows what else is down there? Maybe the real Kraken's just shy, or maybe there's a Leviathan-sized eel we haven't met yet. The ocean, it seems, is the ultimate mystery box. So why do these sea monster stories endure? Maybe because they remind us of something we're all a little afraid to admit. We don't have it all figured out. Beneath the waves lies a world we've barely touched, full of creatures and phenomena that are as thrilling as they are terrifying. The Kraken, Leviathan, and Luska might be myths, but they speak to something real, our deep connection to the ocean and our endless curiosity about what lies beneath. Who needs fiction when the truth is just as wild? Perhaps the greatest mystery is how much more we have yet to discover beneath the waves.